and also the CEC for Health for Nairobi County, and Kajiado Sub-County health officials, and also the proprietors and managers of this hospital. The reason is to be able to see the patients who are affected over the weekend, infected after eating food, which is suspected to have carried the cholera bacteria. And here in this hospital, we have 47 patients. Most of them are people of the police force who are staying at the Multimedia University doing their duties in Nairobi. Indications are that the food they took was at the police canteen at Nairobi, and that could be the source of infection. Investigations are ongoing, and we want to find out whether the food was actually prepared at that canteen or there was an element of outsourcing, because they were feeding quite a number of staff. Rapid tests on the patients have confirmed that actually we are dealing with a case of cholera, but I want to say that the National Public Laboratories will carry out the other tests. I think the 47 patients who are here are stable. Most of them, they are having fewer motions, which is an indication of improvement. None of them is vomiting, which is a very good sign. They are able to retain IV fluids, and also when they take orally, and that is good. It shows improvement. We believe in the next 1 day or so, most of them will find their way home. And therefore, I want to commend the hospital for actually dealing with these cases, because I know it's overwhelming for our small institution. They have done fairly well. They have exhausted their supplies. The Nairobi County has been able to supply them with drugs. And this morning, through the Kenya Medical Supplies Agency, we have given them some solutions which are used for the treatment, which will be able to help them to serve the patients. But I'm glad that they will be able to start taking orally. I think we also have some patients who are admitted at the Nairobi Women Hospital next to this institution, about 33 patients. Kenyatta received 12 patients, and therefore we expect them, they are on their way to recovery. The issue to emphasize is about sanitation within Nairobi and its environs, because this is not the first time we are having an episode of cholera. It's becoming a little bit common that in public institutions or gatherings, there is an element which we are finding that people are getting infected. And this, we are attributing it to hygiene and food preparation, food handling, which is the issue here, that the preparation of that food and the handling of that food is not hygienic enough. And I'm suspicious that the police canteen might have outsourced the food which was being taken by these officers. This will be confirmed. That takes me back to my directive that outsourcing of food or cooking for people within institution, they should be able to provide for the number of people they can cater for. Outsourcing of food is causing us problems because the area or where this food is prepared, we cannot vouch for, and the people handling that food. Therefore, we are deliberately exposing other people to risk, whether it's in a wedding, whether it's in a group of people like this one, or public functions. We still want to emphasize, especially in Nairobi, that food handlers must be retested afresh. And every institution must make sure they adhere to the regulations of food preparation, following the guidelines which they have been given to avoid infecting people. The other area which we emphasized in Nairobi is about water. Water is very key, and therefore if the source of water is contaminated, then we are exposing our people to unnecessary risk. And we expect members of the public, proprietors of institutions, people who own water boozers, to be able to follow Public Health Act so that we avoid what we are seeing in Nairobi currently. We know that cholera is a disease of poor hygiene. It shouldn't happen, but it is happening. We know that people prepare food, they live in some of the informal settlements where sanitation is not good, but if people actually followed hygiene at the areas of work, then these episodes will decrease significantly. We are coming to the rainy season. This is likely to become worse, but I want the county governments across the country, because people do travel, to be vigilant and to be able to follow hygienic practices within their localities, whether it's toilets, sewer, disposal of waste, and the food handling, washing hands. We must adhere to that. It's unfortunate that we can expose our people to this kind of thing. And I'm glad the county government of Kajiado and that one of Nairobi, they are collaborating, and the private institutions are also supportive to this initiative. We shall enforce the law. We shall enforce the law as far as the environment is concerned, as far as water is concerned, sewerage disposal is concerned, and practices within food preparation areas. And therefore, we wish the people here quick recovery and any other, hoping that we'll be able in the near future to control this outbreak.